The city skyline loomed like a distant promise as the Sanchez family huddled together in their cramped apartment, their faces etched with determination. For years, they had toiled in the shadows of opulence, their dreams stifled by the suffocating weight of poverty. But tonight, everything would change. Maria Sanchez, matriarch of the family, cast a steely gaze over her loved ones. "We've suffered long enough," she declared, her voice trembling with resolve. "It's time we took matters into our own hands." And so, the plan was born, a daring scheme to infiltrate the ranks of the city's wealthiest inhabitants and carve out a slice of the pie for themselves. Each member of the Sanchez family had a role to play, from the patriarch Alejandro, whose charm could open doors long closed to their kind, to young Sofia, whose innocence would serve as their greatest weapon. As they ironed out the details late into the night, a sense of anticipation hung heavy in the air, mingling with the scent of hope and the bitter tang of fear. For they knew that their journey would not be easy, and that the path to prosperity was fraught with peril. But as the first light of dawn crept over the horizon, illuminating the city in a golden glow, the Sanchez family stood united, ready to defy the odds and rewrite their destiny. For in their hearts burned the flickering flame of hope, the promise of a better tomorrow, forged in the crucible of their shared dreams. With the dawn painting the sky in hues of pink and gold, the Sanchez family set their plan into motion. Each member donned their finest attire, carefully selected to blend seamlessly into the world of the elite. Maria smoothed down her worn dress, masking the frayed edges with a confident smile. Alejandro adjusted his tie, his reflection in the mirror bearing the weight of years of struggle and determination. Their destination loomed before them, the grand estate of the esteemed Delgado family, pillars of wealth and influence in the city. With hearts pounding in anticipation, the Sanchezes ventured forth, their steps echoing on the polished marble floors of the opulent mansion. As they mingled amidst the glittering crowd, Maria and Alejandro cast surreptitious glances at their surroundings, mapping out the terrain of privilege and power. Sofia, wide-eyed with wonder, clung to her parents' sides, her innocence serving as their most potent disguise. But as the evening wore on, the facade of affluence began to crack, revealing the harsh reality lurking beneath the surface. Behind the smiles and laughter lay a world steeped in greed and deceit, where alliances shifted like sand and trust was a scarce commodity. Yet the Sanchezes pressed on, their resolve unyielding in the face of adversity. With each passing moment, they learned to navigate the treacherous currents of high society, weaving their way through a web of lies and half-truths with practiced ease. But as the night wore on, whispers of suspicion began to swirl around them, threatening to expose their carefully constructed charade. Maria felt the weight of their deception bearing down upon her, a heavy burden she carried for the sake of her family's future. And as they made their hasty retreat from the opulent halls of the Delgado estate, Maria vowed to herself that they would not be deterred. For they had tasted the sweet nectar of possibility, and they would stop at nothing to claim it as their own. The journey ahead would be fraught with peril, but the Sanchezes were prepared to face whatever challenges lay in their path. For they knew that their destiny lay not in the hands of fate, but in the strength of their own will. And with that conviction burning bright within them, they forged ahead into the uncertain future that awaited. In the days that followed their daring infiltration of the Delgado estate, the Sanchez family found themselves walking a tightrope between two worlds, the world of the elite, with its glittering facade of opulence, and the world they had always known, where every day was a battle for survival. Maria and Alejandro worked tirelessly to maintain the illusion of affluence, attending social gatherings and networking events with practiced ease. They smiled and nodded, their words carefully chosen to appease the wealthy patrons who held the keys to their future. Meanwhile, Sophia immersed herself in the world of the elite, her youthful exuberance masking the fear and uncertainty that churned within her. She made friends with the children of privilege, her laughter ringing out like a bell in the hallowed halls of wealth, but as the days turned into weeks, cracks began to form in the facade they had worked so hard to maintain. Alejandro grew weary under the weight of their deception, his once charming demeanor giving way to bouts of doubt and despair. Maria, too, felt the strain of their double life, her smile masking the ache in her heart for the life they had left behind, and yet, despite the mounting pressure, the Sanchez family pressed on, their determination unyielding in the face of adversity. For they knew that their journey was far from over, and that the path to prosperity was paved with sacrifice and perseverance. As they navigated the treacherous waters of high society, they forged unexpected alliances and uncovered hidden truths that threatened to unravel their carefully laid plans. But with each new challenge they faced, the bond that held them together grew stronger, a beacon of hope in the darkest of nights. And so, with heads held high and hearts aflame with the fire of determination, the Sanchez family crossed the great divide between poverty and privilege, forging a path toward a future where anything was possible. For they knew that as long as they had each other, they would never falter in their quest to claim their rightful place among the elite. As the Sanchez family delved deeper into the world of the elite, they found themselves drawn into a web of intrigue and deception more intricate than they could have ever imagined. Each social gathering, each whispered conversation, was fraught with hidden agendas and veiled threats, leaving them teetering on the edge of disaster. But amidst the chaos, they found unexpected allies in the most unlikely of places. Maria struck up a friendship with Isabella Delgado, the daughter of the family they had infiltrated, bonding over shared experiences and mutual aspirations. Isabella, unaware of the Sanchez's true intentions, welcomed them into her inner circle with open arms, offering them a glimpse into the world of privilege they so desperately sought to claim as their own. Meanwhile, Alejandro forged a tentative alliance with Eduardo Delgado, patriarch of the influential family they had targeted. Through careful manipulation and subtle persuasion, he ingratiated himself into Eduardo's confidence, planting the seeds of doubt and dissent that would ultimately serve to further their cause. But as their plan began to bear fruit, the Sanchez family found themselves faced with a new set of challenges, each more daunting than the last. Their enemies lurked in the shadows, biding their time and waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike. And as the stakes grew higher, the line between friend and foe blurred, leaving them wondering who they could trust in a world where loyalty was a rare commodity. But despite the ever-present danger that loomed over them, the Sanchez family refused to back down. For they knew that their journey was far from over, and that the road ahead would be fraught with peril and uncertainty. But with courage in their hearts and determination in their souls, they pressed on, ready to face whatever challenges lay in their path, for they were the Sanchez family, and they would stop at nothing to claim their rightful place among the elite. As the Sanchez family continued their charade within the echelons of the elite, they found themselves grappling with the complexities of belonging. Amidst the opulence and grandeur, they felt like outsiders, mere interlopers in a world that was not meant for them. Maria, once filled with hope and determination, now found herself plagued by doubts and insecurities. She wondered if they truly belonged among the wealthy and powerful, or if their dreams were nothing more than a mirage, destined to vanish like smoke in the wind. Alejandro, too, wrestled with his own demons, his facade of confidence beginning to crack under the weight of their deception. He questioned the morality of their actions, wondering if the price they paid for acceptance was too steep a burden to bear, and Sophia, caught between two worlds, struggled to find her place amidst the glittering halls of privilege. She longed for acceptance and belonging, but feared that her true identity would be revealed, shattering the illusion they had worked so hard to maintain. But despite their doubts and fears, the Sanchez family pressed on, their determination unwavering in the face of adversity. For they knew that their journey was not just about wealth and power, but about the pursuit of a better life for themselves and their loved ones, and so, with each passing day, they clung to the hope that their dreams would become reality, that they would find a place where they truly belonged. For in the end, they knew that it was not the trappings of wealth that defined them, but the strength of their spirit and the depth of their love for one another. As the Sanchez family delved deeper into the world of the elite, they found themselves ensnared in a tangled web of secrets and shadows, where every whispered conversation held the potential to unravel their carefully constructed facade. Maria, haunted by the weight of their deception, found solace in the darkness of night, where she could wrestle with her doubts and fears in solitude. She wondered if the sacrifices they had made were worth the price they paid, if the promise of prosperity was worth the cost of their integrity. Meanwhile, Alejandro walked a precarious tightrope between loyalty and betrayal, his allegiance torn between the family he sought to protect and the alliances he forged in pursuit of their goals. He knew that one misstep could spell disaster for them all, yet the allure of power and influence beckoned him ever onward, and Sophia, caught in the crossfire of her parents' ambitions, struggled to find her voice amidst the cacophony of competing interests. She longed for the simplicity of their old life, where happiness was measured not in wealth and status, but in the warmth of familial bonds. But as they navigated the treacherous waters of high society, the Sanchez family discovered that the line between friend and foe was not always clear-cut. Behind every smile lurked a hidden agenda, every gesture a potential threat to their carefully crafted illusion, and yet, amidst the chaos and uncertainty, they found moments of unexpected joy and camaraderie, forging bonds with allies who shared their dreams and aspirations. For in a world where trust was a rare commodity, they clung to the hope that true friendship could withstand the test of time. But as shadows lengthened and secrets whispered in the night, the Sanchez family knew that their greatest challenges still lay ahead. For the path to prosperity was fraught with peril, and the journey they had embarked upon would demand sacrifices they could scarcely imagine. As the Sanchez family continued their intricate dance within the upper echelons of society, they found themselves donning masks of affluence to conceal the cracks in their facade. Each smile was a carefully crafted illusion, each gesture a performance worthy of an Oscar. Maria, once the pillar of strength for her family, now found herself drowning in a sea of expectations and obligations. She smiled for the cameras, her laughter ringing hollow in her ears as she navigated the treacherous waters of high society. Alejandro, too, struggled to maintain the illusion of affluence, his charm and charisma masking the turmoil that churned within him. He danced from one social gathering to the next, his mind a whirlwind of conflicting emotions and hidden agendas, and Sophia, caught in the crossfire of her parents' ambitions, felt the weight of their deception bearing down upon her young shoulders. She longed for the simplicity of their old life, where happiness was measured not in material wealth, but in the warmth of familial bonds. But despite their struggles, the Sanchez family pressed on, their determination unyielding in the face of adversity. For they knew that their journey was not just about wealth and power, but about reclaiming their dignity and forging their own path in a world that sought to define them by their circumstances. And so, they continued to dance on the razor's edge of deception, their masks firmly in place as they navigated the perilous terrain of high society. For in a world where appearances were everything, they knew that the only way to survive was to play the game by their own rules, no matter the cost. As the Sanchez family ventured deeper into the world of the elite, they discovered that amidst the glitz and glamour, it was the ties of family that bound them together in times of uncertainty. Maria, once the rock upon which her family leaned, found herself relying more and more on the strength and support of her loved ones. In moments of doubt, it was Alejandro's unwavering faith and Sofia's youthful optimism that buoyed her spirits and reminded her of the importance of their shared journey. Alejandro, too, found solace in the bond he shared with his wife and daughter, their love a constant source of inspiration in the face of adversity. Together, they weathered the storms of doubt and insecurity, their unity a testament to the power of familial love. And Sofia, caught between the world she had left behind and the world she sought to conquer, found comfort in the knowledge that no matter what challenges lay ahead, she would always have her family by her side. In their laughter and their tears, she found the courage to face the unknown with unwavering resolve. But as they forged ahead on their quest for acceptance and belonging, the Sanchez family knew that the ties that bound them together were also their greatest strength. For in a world where alliances shifted like sand and trust was a scarce commodity, it was their love for one another that would see them through to the end. As the Sanchez family's deception grew more intricate, so too did the threads that threatened to unravel their carefully woven tapestry of lies. Maria, haunted by the weight of their deceit, found herself plagued by doubts that gnawed at the edges of her resolve. She questioned the morality of their actions, wondering if the pursuit of wealth was worth the cost of their integrity. Alejandro, too, felt the strain of their double life bearing down upon him, his once charming facade beginning to crack under the pressure of their deception. He wondered if they had strayed too far from the path of righteousness, if their dreams of prosperity were nothing more than a fleeting illusion. And Sofia, caught in the crossfire of her parents' ambitions, struggled to reconcile the person she had become with the person she longed to be. She yearned for the simplicity of their old life, where happiness was measured not in material wealth, but in the strength of their family bond. But as the threads of their deception began to unravel, the Sanchez family found themselves facing a reckoning unlike any they had known before. Their enemies lurked in the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to strike, while whispers of suspicion followed them wherever they went. Yet amidst the chaos and uncertainty, they clung to the hope that their bond would see them through the darkest of times. For in the end, it was not the trappings of wealth that defined them, but the strength of their spirit and the depth of their love for one another. As the Sanchez family navigated the treacherous waters of high society, they were consumed by the echoes of ambition that reverberated through the corridors of power. Maria, once driven by the desire to secure a better future for her family, found herself grappling with the consequences of their actions. She wondered if their quest for wealth and influence had blinded them to the true cost of their ambition, if the price they paid was too high a burden to bear. Alejandro, too, felt the weight of their ambition bearing down upon him, his dreams of prosperity overshadowed by the specter of doubt. He wondered if they had strayed too far from the values that had once defined them, if their pursuit of power had come at too great a cost, and Sophia, caught in the crossfire of her parents' ambitions, struggled to find her place in a world where success was measured in wealth and status. She longed for the simplicity of their old life, where happiness was found not in material possessions, but in the warmth of familial bonds. But as they wrestled with their own doubts and insecurities, the Sanchez family found themselves confronted by a stark reality, that the pursuit of ambition often came at a steep price. For every step they took towards their goals, they risked losing sight of the things that truly mattered: love, integrity, and the bonds of family. Yet amidst the chaos and uncertainty, they clung to the hope that their shared journey would lead them to a brighter future. For in the end, they knew that true success was not measured in wealth or power, but in the strength of their character and the depth of their love for one another. As the Sanchez family delved deeper into the world of the elite, they began to realize the steep price of their pretense. Each step they took further into the realm of wealth and privilege exacted a toll on their souls, leaving them grappling with the consequences of their actions. Maria, once the steadfast pillar of her family, found herself consumed by guilt and regret. She wondered if their pursuit of prosperity had led them astray, if the promise of a better life had blinded them to the true cost of their ambition. Alejandro, too, felt the weight of their deception bearing down upon him, his once charming facade crumbling beneath the weight of his conscience. He questioned the morality of their actions, wondering if their dreams of wealth were worth sacrificing their integrity. And Sophia, caught in the crossfire of her parents' ambitions, struggled to reconcile the person she had become with the person she longed to be. She yearned for the simplicity of their old life, where happiness was measured not in material wealth, but in the love and laughter they shared as a family. But as they grappled with their own doubts and insecurities, the Sanchez family found themselves confronted by a harsh reality, that the pursuit of wealth and status often came at a cost too steep to bear. For every moment they spent chasing their dreams, they risked losing sight of the things that truly mattered: love, integrity, and the bonds of family. Yet amidst the darkness that threatened to engulf them, they clung to the hope that redemption was still within reach. For in the end, they knew that true happiness could not be found in the trappings of wealth, but in the love and support of those who mattered most. And with that realization burning bright within them, they vowed to chart a new course, one guided not by ambition, but by the strength of their convictions and the depth of their love for one another. As the Sanchez family's facade of affluence began to crack under the weight of their deception, they found themselves confronting the harsh realities of their double life. Maria, once the beacon of hope for her family, now found herself grappling with the consequences of their actions. She wondered if their pursuit of wealth had blinded them to the struggles of those they left behind, if the price they paid for acceptance was too high a burden to bear. Alejandro, too, felt the weight of their deception bearing down upon him, his once confident demeanor giving way to a sense of disillusionment. He questioned the morality of their choices, wondering if their quest for prosperity had come at too great a cost. And Sophia, caught in the crossfire of her parents' ambitions, struggled to find her place in a world where appearances were everything. She longed for the simplicity of their old life, where happiness was measured not in material wealth, but in the love and laughter they shared as a family. But as they grappled with their own doubts and insecurities, the Sanchez family found themselves confronted by a stark reality, that the facade they had built was crumbling around them, leaving them exposed and vulnerable to the judgment of those they sought to impress. Yet amidst the chaos and uncertainty, they clung to the hope that their bond would see them through the darkest of times. For in the end, they knew that true happiness could not be found in the trappings of wealth, but in the love and support of those who mattered most. And with that realization burning bright within them, they vowed to forge a new path, one guided not by deceit, but by honesty, integrity, and the strength of their family bond. As the Sanchez family's facade continued to crumble, they found themselves haunted by shadows lurking in the halls of power. Maria, once the stalwart leader of her family, now felt the weight of their deception bearing down upon her. She questioned the choices they had made, wondering if the pursuit of wealth and status had led them astray, if their dreams of prosperity had come at too great a cost. Alejandro, too, grappled with his own demons, his once confident facade now shattered by doubt and uncertainty. He wondered if their journey had led them down a path from which there was no return, if the price they paid for acceptance was too steep a burden to bear, and Sophia, caught in the crossfire of her parents' ambitions, struggled to find her place in a world where trust was a rare commodity. She longed for the simplicity of their old life, where happiness was measured not in material wealth, but in the love and laughter they shared as a family. But as they navigated the treacherous waters of high society, the shadows that lurked in the halls grew darker and more menacing. Their enemies watched from the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to strike, while whispers of suspicion followed them wherever they went. Yet amidst the chaos and uncertainty, they clung to the hope that their bond would see them through the darkest of times. For in the end, they knew that true happiness could not be found in the trappings of wealth, but in the love and support of those who mattered most. And with that realization burning bright within them, they vowed to face whatever challenges lay ahead with courage, resilience, and the unwavering strength of their family bond. As the shadows of doubt and deception continued to loom over the Sanchez family, they found themselves searching for echoes of truth amidst the tangled web of lies. Maria, once the beacon of hope for her family, now wrestled with the weight of their deceit. She longed for the clarity of purpose that had guided them in their quest for prosperity, wondering if their dreams had led them astray, if the truth they sought was worth the price they paid. Alejandro, too, grappled with his own inner turmoil, his once charming facade now a mask of uncertainty. He questioned the choices they had made, wondering if their pursuit of wealth had clouded their judgment, if the truth they sought lay beyond their reach. And Sophia, caught in the crossfire of her parents' ambitions, struggled to make sense of the world they had entered. She yearned for the simplicity of their old life, where honesty and integrity were the cornerstones of their existence, where the truth was a beacon of light in the darkness of deceit. But as they searched for answers amidst the chaos and uncertainty, the Sanchez family found themselves confronted by a stark reality, that the echoes of truth were often drowned out by the clamor of ambition, that the path to redemption was fraught with obstacles and challenges. Yet amidst the darkness that threatened to engulf them, they clung to the hope that their bond would see them through the storm. For in the end, they knew that true happiness could only be found in the embrace of those who loved them unconditionally, in the echoes of truth that resonated deep within their souls. As the Sanchez family stood on the precipice of truth, they found themselves staring into the abyss of their own making. Maria, once the steadfast leader of her family, now felt the weight of their deception bearing down upon her like a millstone. She knew that the time for pretense was over, that the truth could no longer be denied. With a heavy heart, she prepared to face the consequences of their actions, whatever they may be. Alejandro, too, braced himself for the reckoning that awaited them, his once confident facade now a mask of resignation. He knew that their journey had led them down a path from which there was no turning back, that the truth they sought would come at a price too steep to bear, and Sophia, caught in the crossfire of her parents' ambitions, struggled to come to terms with the reality of their situation. She longed for the simplicity of their old life, where honesty and integrity were the guiding principles of their existence, where the truth was a beacon of light in the darkness of deceit. But as they stood together, united in their resolve to face whatever trials lay ahead, the Sanchez family found strength in their bond. For in the end, they knew that true happiness could only be found in the embrace of those who loved them unconditionally, in the echoes of truth that resonated deep within their souls. And so, with heads held high and hearts aflame with the fire of determination, they stepped forward into the unknown, ready to confront their fears and embrace the truth that had eluded them for so long. For they were the Sanchez family, and together, they would weather the storm, no matter what trials may come.